There are people who don't get to choose their roles. They are simply the ones left behind. In that house, this journey begins. From the moment I realized I have stayed for far too long. Episode 1. The day my sister moved to another state, and my brother moved away for a new job. I was the only one left. No one discussed it. No one assigned tasks. It's just that, naturally, I was there. My father grew weaker. My mother became forgetful. The mornings began with medicine and ended with repetitive questions. I once thought I'd stay only temporarily, just for a little while. Then I too would have a life of my own. But time didn't ask if I was ready. It just flowed, silently, without warning. My friends talked about marriage, about children, about trips to far-off places. As for me, I learned how to measure blood pressure, remember the timing for meds, and listen to my parents tell the same story over and over again. There were nights I stood in the kitchen for a long time, holding the dishes, asking myself, who am I living for? But then I'd walk into the next room, see my parents sleeping peacefully, and I'd stay for one more day. I don't dare call it a sacrifice. I simply stopped in the middle of life's journey, where every door was open, but I didn't walk through. Episode 2. I cannot say I sacrificed, because no one forced me. I just didn't go. It wasn't because I didn't have dreams, but because every time I prepared to step out, I'd hear my mother's voice calling in the night. I dated. Some were patient enough. Others left very early. They asked me, when will you finally have time for yourself? I couldn't answer, because I didn't know myself. I lived in a strange middle ground. Not a carefree youth, not yet an old person who has let go. There were days I felt invisible. No achievements to brag about. No family of my own to talk about. Only two old people, leaning on me more and more each day. I began to fear time. Fear that one day when I look back, all the other doors will have silently closed. One day I looked in the mirror and saw a woman who no longer looked like my former self. This is the moment I realized that time waits for no one. Episode 3. One morning, I looked at myself in the mirror and didn't recognize that woman. Thin wrinkles, tired eyes, a visible slowing down of the body. My father slept more. My mother no longer remembered my name correctly. I took care of them, but sometimes I felt like I was quietly disappearing. No one told me that taking care of others for too long could make you feel this empty. I don't blame my siblings. Everyone has their own life. It's just that on some very late nights, I sat alone, and for the first time admitted, I have also missed out on so much. But then I heard my father's faint cough, heard my mother call my name in her dreams, and I understood, no matter how late I matured, I am exactly where life needs me to be right now. Staying too long also requires a lot of courage. But sometimes, leaving is harder than staying. This was the day I almost stepped out of that house. Episode 4. On a rare occasion, I stood on the porch for a long time. It was cold. My hands were trembling. I had prepared a small bag. Not much. Just a few clothes. And a note with my siblings' phone numbers scribbled on it. I didn't know where I would go. I only knew, if I stayed any longer, I feared I would disappear completely. I heard my mother call. Unclear. Fragmented. I walked into the room. She held my hand very tightly. Her eyes were clouded, but she still looked straight at me. Where are you going? I didn't answer. Not because I didn't want to speak, but because if I said it out loud, I wouldn't have the courage to stay. That night, I put the bag back in the closet. Didn't lock it. Just placed it there. For the first time I understood. Staying isn't always a choice. Sometimes, it's the only thing left you can do. I don't have an ending that people call complete. Just a mother who didn't have to grow old alone. And perhaps that is enough. Episode 5. The day my father died. It was very quiet. No rain. No wind. My mother sat by the bed, staring into space for a long time. She asked me a familiar question. Where did he go, dear? I answered slowly, softly, as if afraid to break the room. After the funeral, the house felt much emptier. The old habits remained, but the person did not. I started cleaning the closet again. Found the bag from years ago. Still there. Never used. I didn't go. And now, I have no reason to go anymore. I didn't marry. No children. No story to tell that sounds like success. Just a mother who didn't have to grow old alone. If anyone asks me if I regret it, I think I would be silent for a long time. Then whisper, I was there. We're more than just viewers, we're companions. Subscribe so we don't lose touch.